So hello and welcome back to Starfield 2026. We are well into the main quest. Yeah, you are, Cora. And as we were talking to everybody after the memorial service, Barrett said that he has a temple that will give him a power. Let's go get Barrett's power. So that's worlds apart. You head to Magnar, which is in Delta Pavonis. Whoops. I'm just going to keep shooting until he gets within range and dies, right? Boom. Oh, there's more than one. There we go. So the Starborn ships have a torpedo that basically disables your engines. You end up with 0 speed and you can't turn hardly at all. I think your thrusters are still working, so you can still do, that bit. But if you don't have them in front of you, it's a problem. And the fact that I had 0 pips in my engines tells me that they got me with all those torpedoes. So if I were going out hunting Starborn, I would build a Class C ship, and I would put a bunch of turrets on it so they could shoot at the Starborn no matter what direction they were. So if they disable me and go behind me, I could still shoot. Anyway, we're not doing that. So I just need to take them down quickly while they're in front of me. So, Barrett's Temple. It's Temple Sigma, and it's actually already a target, so we don't need to scan for it. We just go, hey, remember that?
We're locked in and landing.
So, in my opinion, the worst thing about the cutscenes is they don't give you long enough to look at your old pictures. Whoops. So I sold off my old pack and I forgot to put the new one on.
Please disregard.
We should be okay.
An informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied with the results.
So this is another one of those snowy, low-gravity planets. So we're not going to try to drive on it. And I'm going to go ahead and check all of my weapons, make sure they're all reloaded. Whoops. Don't stand on the toxic gas vent. I just saw an alert that Barrett wanted to talk, so let's talk. That little bit I did just standing around outside cut my maximum hit points down by a bit, damaged my lungs.
I've been thinking a lot about my early days in Constellation lately. Got me pretty nostalgic, and I started digging in some old things. Just sort of reminiscing. I found some of Irvin's last messages to me and thought I'd listen to them again to hear his voice. No, I apparently read at least a few of these. I just don't remember. It was a difficult time. It was surreal, honestly. So, most of the messages were everyday things. Lots of excitedly written news about biodiversity and plant life. But one thing stood out. In one of his messages, he mentioned this job that he took at a mine shortly before he died. He said something terrible was happening there, but the message was garbled after that. True, but this was different. I recognized this pattern from the war. A portion of the message was encrypted. Well, Vasco helped me decipher it. Turns out the message was from Irvin, and he was begging me to help him. The message was short, but his voice was pained. He was so upset. Yes. Hearing his voice in so much pain was very difficult. I wish I had noticed this message when he sent it. So in this message, Irvin said he was being framed. He said they'll do it again. He asked if Constellation could send more help. Not exactly sure, but he mentioned a court case. So I think there's a paper trail. It is, but I was thinking about it and, well, it's still wrong, right? So I figured, hey, I can do some sort of a remote investigation here, see what I can find out. There's gotta be a paper trail, right? Now, I happen to have a trustworthy contact who knows a bit about law and owes me a favor. I'd need to pay in advance in case there are any access fees or bribes. That works. I'll tell them to go ahead with the investigation. You know, hearing Irvin's voice again made me want to help him, even though I know I can't. Does that make any sense?
So not flirting with anybody this time,
I appreciate that.
but
It's going to be hard to get some sleep tonight after all this.
definitely working up the
fact that I'm
affinities.
doing something about it might be enough to help. Hopefully poking around in old records doesn't catch the attention of Hephaestus. Well, anyway, I'll let you know if my contact finds anything.
Okay, we'll continue. What we just went through with the discussion with him, that's actually the first step in his affinity missions. All the companions have them. Now, I haven't been flirting at all, and if we finish the affinity missions and we try to get cozy, there is a last-ditch option before you get into romance with them to select friendship instead of romance. We'll be doing that if we get there. But I'm not trying to trigger the friendship missions. They'll happen if they happen.
That's the temple. Irvin would have loved to see this.
Maybe during the NG pluses, I'll focus down one companion at a time.
This is it. There's no turning back now. Hey, you're right. Maybe this isn't the first time we've done this. Now that's scary to think about. That isn't the only spooky thing either. There was a mention of anomalies. Apparently Vladimir was getting readings from multiple locations. It's only from observing the data that the coordinates seem to settle. And I'm the cat. Let's hope our observations don't end up with me getting poisoned. All right then. There's no use worrying about things we can't control. Onward to whatever comes next.
What are these? Beetle scavengers.
Nice.
Cool.
Scanned data can be fairly valuable.
Yeah, if you scan each thing to 100%, you get all the things on the planet, you can get quite a lot of credits and experience. That's something that I'm going to put off for now. I'm thinking that it might be interesting to just chill and just do one planet or moon at a time, go there and get everything scanned, you know, make recordings of all the things, kind of do a bestiary of all of the plants and animals and mineral stuff that Pix finds. I don't know if I'll have the patience to actually do it, but I like the idea. The fact that I'm not starting off on it immediately, yeah, means I probably won't end up doing it.
Everybody in Constellation dreams of this moment.
Okay, with the scanner on, it will show us a way in. Notice on the left, we've got survey percent, 0 fauna out of 6, 0 flora out of 4. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go up to the top. We're going to find the door from the top and then drop down to it. Oh, it's on the other side. What are they doing sending me that direction? There it is. Okay. I want to pick a weapon to have in my hand when we leave the temple, in case we have to start shooting, and that'd be my calibrated shotty. If they're out of range of that, I'll have time to switch to a different weapon.
This is it. Just look at this place.
Hey, Barrett, you ready to get your power? And the power is parallel self.
Signed up with
Hello,
Constellation.
universe.
This moment right.
This is Barrett. Returning your call.
What in the? Who in the?
Yeah, I got it too. So this goes to my thesis that the Starborn could actually cooperate on acquiring the artifacts, visiting the temples, gaining the powers, and building the armillary. They don't need to be attacking each other. They should team up, gather everybody together, and go zoop through all this stuff together, and they could just do it. So the hostility is actually completely unnecessary. To check that, there's my clone.
No matter what, these temples are always impressive to me. You've got to be joking. Nope. Okay. Skipping the initial shock of it all. Agreed. Not worth it. Forming a hypothesis.
Okay, starting from down here. Which one do you, let's do, which one do you use by Barrett?
Accurate. I'm just passing through.
Who's the evil one?
You know, my captain asked the same thing. Different captain, though, so you aren't an exact facsimile. From my readings, you don't have your appendix, and you're a quarter of a centimeter taller than me. Minor differences, but fascinating. I wonder what else is different. That doesn't make sense. Cloning is a complicated procedure involving a lot of complex science. This was, a whole lot weirder. That's one way to put it. Molecular binary schism? Temporal twinning? Group hallucination? Don't forget the fluctuations in the energy patterns, which align almost deterministically. Harmonized vibrations, distorting some mechanical barrier between neighboring universes? Impossible to know with such a minute subset of readings. We need more data. Obviously.
Okay, so
Why stop at 2? It won't work. The energy required increases exponentially per anomaly. I'm already exhausted. In a way that's hard to describe. Not physically or mentally, but something else. Sorry, friend. You'll feel right as rain when I dissipate. I'll be Barrett Prime. Amundsen is fine. Usually the barrier between us is too thick to communicate much anyway. Amundsen? Now I know you're not me. Hey, one of us has to keep it classy. Whoa there. Sustaining this connection requires a lot of concentration. Is this permanent? You will eventually monitor the energy fluctuations and agree. But no, this is unusual. I could study this forever. Irvin told me to just enjoy it and collect data on the side for later. And I'm glad I did. Irvin? He's with you. He's okay? By the tone of your voice, I'm gathering some things in our lives might be a bit different. Is he happy? Yes, he is. Our daughter pilots the ship after Vasco was destroyed. But otherwise, we've survived the war well. Going on 20 years now. But we're starting to turn the tide. Imagine all of the variations. It's endless. Amazing. Sounds like you don't have a daughter here, I take it. No. We talked about it, but no. We named her after Aja, my mentor. She died in the crossfire between the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective decades ago. For me, Irvin died instead of Aja in that crossfire. She's best friends with Cora, and she's smart as hell. Of course she is. Oh, man. I only hope the new one we're building is just as salty as the last one. It's been so long. The horror of the infinite is the inclusion of the unimaginable. I promise. He's happy. We're happy. I have so many questions. I wonder how many paths I've taken. We've taken. How many variations. How many ended with heartache and how many with joy. I think about that all the time. Wait. What's that noise? Starborn ship. No idea. This isn't how the power works for me. I've never had a conversation with myself before. You pretty much know everything I do now anyway. More than I ever hoped for. What happens for any of us? I don't think it works that way, though. Maybe I'm just a construct or a memory. I don't know. But I don't feel pain. Good to know. We can handle this. On it.
okay. Where's the
Questions?
enemy's still up there? Got him. Them sneak attacks with this rifle are really nice.
Kind of creepy. Just being serious. Something happened. I can't hold on to you. I'm struggling. Being pulled through the barrier. This is probably it, friends. Mom and son, cherish every moment with them.
I already do, my friend. I promise.
So look, for the record, I am the same Barrett that came here with you. For sure. I think. Is the ship my secret lair then? I guess? I would have preferred something with more seating. And maybe a fireplace. Something cozy. Oh well.
We've got
Hey, at least I
seating.
didn't pull an army of knees out of thin air, right?
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
No, I don't want to imagine that.
Besides, it is a bit exhausting to sustain just one extra meat. Anyway, it's a relief, you know. I have this ability, this power. And I'm still just me. Just regular Barrett. And I already feel like it's subsiding. I no longer feel like I'm in a huge crowd. I thought so too. Other me, other Barrett, seemed like he was able to handle himself well in that fight. Anyway, we'll see. If the other me gets in the way, I can just release him or stop using the power entirely. For now, I just need to use this power a bit and digest what all has happened. That's pretty exhausting, really. So I might only do it when I feel like we could use backup. For now, anyway.
Okay, so that's Worlds Apart done. We're only about 25 minutes into the video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go visit the temples that we can visit, and we're going to pick up the artifacts we can pick up and go visit their temples and so on. So minor stuff. So we've got Power from Beyond on Indum 3B. I think I want to make sure that our power is set properly before we do the jump, though. So it's the whole FGRE thing to get in the pilot seat.
I miss this ship.
Oh, I almost forgot. We don't need Barrett hanging around with us after that. So where's Barrett? So there's Cora. I see Sam and Sarah.
I must confess, the hum of a grav drive makes me feel alive.
If I step outside, Barrett will be there with me, so we'll go get him. There you are.
Let's get out there and do something new today, shall we?
Except I can't dismiss him outside the ship. Barrett, dude, where'd you go?
I'm working hard, Captain.
There we go. Got the right number of ghosts.
I'm listening.
What's new? Sure. You know where to find me if you miss my brilliant insights, though.
I think I'm going to go solo for a bit. So, L. Oh, almost forgot what I came back here to do. just to get into orbit and make sure our power is set. I wish we could set those power pips before we took off. I mean, that would be a great time, right?
Retract. Let's get out of here. Stay in orbit or jump. Your call.
Okay, so the power pips are set properly. We've got full power to the weapons, so they are recycling properly. We've got the engines at full, so our top speed is 213-ish. That's good. Shields are set. I suppose we can just do that to get to where we're going.
Board's all green. Successful jump.
Okay. Need to scan Indom.
Ready for touchdown.
Greetings, Captain.
Okay, looking for a scanner anomaly. Off that way. This may be another one of those frozen planets that doesn't work too well with the Daemog. Yeah, we're kind of skittering back and forth. Well, not too bad. Visibility's bad. We can make sure we're on the right course. Let's head over that way. I see it in the mist. There we are. Whee! I think the entrance is over here. Temple Phi. Let's grab the power, then head on to the next artifact. I'm thinking definitely that the Starborn are less aggressive now. As I've been in situations where I came out of the temple and the Starborn were shooting before all of the stuff was done here. Alien reanimation. So we're going to go to Altair 4D. we're ignoring the star. I wouldn't be surprised if they were less aggressive, because now there's more of a reward for killing them. The quantum stuff you can use.
Vessel, colonists here in distress. Could you... Thank you for responding. We had someone jump in and leave without even saying hi. We're with, List, and we're just trying to get to our new home. But our grav drive is old, like really old, and I'm afraid it's given up the ghost.
Oh no.
Listen, we have kids listening, so let's just say affirmative. Very much affirmative. We have a workbench here, but we need just common old iron. A lot of it.
Iron.
We should be able to jury-rig some repairs. Any chance you have some?
I've got
Loads more than the iron's actually worth.
a base that turns out by the ton, but I'm not carrying any right now.
If you can find or buy some iron, it's not like we're going anywhere.
Okay.
Thank you.
So that's going to remain on my quest list. I could bring them some iron. It might be a while. So, deserted robotics lab.
Beginning landing.
Hello, Captain.
Okay, so stealth up. Make sure we've got our sniper rifle available. Actually, we don't need to stealth up quite yet. Maybe look at the map. So, this is what we've got. We've got a major landing pad. And all of this stuff down here. All we know is the artifact is somewhere in this lab. I am betting that if I come to the left of the pad coming down here, I'll probably get a decent view of what's going on, figure out where things are. I'm also betting that none of the enemies zone in. Oh, there it is. They probably don't zone in until I've got that coming up, but now we have that. If this shows me any little sparklies. Nope, good. Once I get close enough to the blue dot, it'll snap to where the access point is. They need to go through whatever door or hole or whatever. All we need to do is just pick off bad guys and whatever robots and turrets I can see. Okay, so far so good. Nice, quiet, sneak attack, single shot, single kill. And I'm still completely stealthed. Whoop. I saw that. I am going to fade back here and see if I can get completely into stealth again. There we go. It's interesting that exploding stuff doesn't bring them in a hurry. There's a turret down there. And a bad guy. Let's do the bad guy first. There we go. Just imagine the pirates down there changes. Must have been the wind. So if I don't let it get me completely into stealth, I can keep the red pips. Okay. Okay, they came up here thinking I was up here, knowing I was up here. And now they're walking away from me. You're dead, and I missed you. They're pretty sure where I am, but they give up too quickly. My stealth is just that good. Yeah, pop your head up, buddy. That's level 31. I'm just going to accumulate skill points for a bit. We still need to do some starship design. Oh, almost got him. There we go. I'm guessing that that last red pip is... Oh, Pirate Rover, he's just standing there. Boom. He was shooting, but he couldn't see me. If you can't see your target, don't pull the trigger. So a modified Beowulf. The Beowulf looks a lot like the hard target, but I don't think it is anywhere near as good. So yeah, range 40. So this one's fully automatic. At some point we're going to work up our crafting and be able to modify these to have the scopes we want and all the other bits. For now, I'm mainly worried about making sure I get an appropriate hunting rifle. I'm looking for something that's got higher damage and is a rifle with a scope. I got super lucky on the pull on this rifle. This is a Kodama. These are neat. I know all the weapons I've got on hotbar are useful. Okay, so we got a couple of pirates coming from over there. Our destination is across the hall and down. Boom, boom. I'm just going to head for the artifact. Well, I'm looting these guys, of course, because, you know, they might have X-Tac. Okay, so that is a landmine right there. I am going to pick it up. Eventually, we will have skills that mean that we never trigger landmines. That is just so cool when you get it working. So there's lots of cover here. We need to take these guys out when they're not in cover. Oh, he was already dead. I think there's just the one left. Okay. Easy peasy. You never know what these guys have on them. Sometimes there's really good stuff. And the science crates always have good stuff. X-Tech. They don't always have X-Tech, but sometimes they do, and that's great. X-Tech on this guy. Great. X-Tech isn't particularly rare, I think. I expect it to be a lot more rare. That just means probably that what you use it for takes a bit of it. Do I have any security challenges in progress? Security is ready to go. I need 1 point for Starship Design. I'm going to put 1 point into security now, so we can get started on making our way to 4. There we go. So this is a novice lock. And I believe on novice locks, you always end up using all of the picks, because otherwise it wouldn't be terribly novice friendly. Okay. Ooh, bed pack. actually doing pretty good on the med packs. I expected to be using a lot more. I actually expected to be out now and then. Speaking of expectations, I am expecting to have a Starborn try to keep me from this place. Boom. Okay. Get out my handy dandy cutter. Oh. I gave Sarah my cutter and I forgot to get it back. Okay, well. Use a weapon to break up the deposit. Oh, this. It's got a double trigger. Cool. So if I go back to the lodge now, I should be able to get the temple quest to get the temple for the artifact that I just picked up. So let's do that. In fact, let's hit J. I need to get used to doing this. Outpost. Oops, location, sorry. There we go. I will need to learn the quick set of keystrokes that brings this up. Yep. Talk to Vladimir to locate temples.
Forgot to check. Still need to lift another set today. Been dragging. Shoulder stiff. Lucky I noticed a pattern in one of those artifacts you pulled out. Here.
Okay, so he has a power for me on Gonibu 2. Can I just go from here? Yes, I can.
Park this button.
Captain, do you require my assistance?
Nope. Don't require your assistance. The first step is, can I see it by just looking around? That might be it right there. There's something there, but it's not a scanner anomaly. See a scanner anomaly over this way. Yep, there it is. Temple Omicron. Apparently, I pissed off something. Okay, the little handgun is actually a pretty nice little weapon. Some slopes are just too steep. Okay, from this one we go on to the last artifact that we have on our list before going to Nova Galactic. The power this time is void form. Oh boy. That was ugly. Okay, sniper rifle and stealth, very important. That's more like the Starborn that I was used to. Used to be like that on every temple. Okay, so what have we got? We have Final Glimpses and Unearthed. We're doing Final Glimpses here. And we will need to jump to Sagan first and then to Freya. We're going to scan Sagan while we're here, even though this isn't where we're landing. Nothing going on Sagan. It's a Sagan, and it's extreme environment. And our next stop is Freya.
Never gets old.
Satellite?
Hey, Mayday! This is easy to... Explosion, high energy research lab. Massive damage. Overrun. Requesting emergency evac, please.
Okay, so we need to do Entangled. And yes, we do need to do it, because if you look here, Final Glimpses literally says complete Entangled. Entangled is a whole long quest line. So I'm going to land on the planet, and then we're going to end the recording. I'll start a new recording for Entangled. Well worth it.
Captain, landing procedure initiated.
Okay, so that's really it for here. I'll see you in the next recording in a few minutes from my time.